go anytime.
You'll be just fine. All right. I think we are officially live. This is those few seconds when it's setting up, but I think we already are live. So I'm just going to say very, very good morning, my gorgeous ones. And let me just switch this real quick and come back to my very, very special guest this morning, one of the women I love deeply over here. So good morning, everyone. Lenka Lutonska here, business and mindset strategist. And today, I love doing this. We're going to feature one lady who's going to share her very inspiring story, Sabine Mafaru, who is the startup and growth strategist for women. And she is bloody embodiment of the growth and think big and just go and make things happen, go and make impact happen. Of course, I know Sabine from Extraordinary Growth Academy, but before that, I know her from Extraordinary Life. We got to opportunity to spend time together and chat together. And what she did following Extraordinary Life, it's really quite extraordinary. So Sabine, my darling, so today we're going to chat, to learn about Sabine's transformation. And obviously, it's for the purpose, not only obviously Sabine deserves really the feature, but also for you to open yourself up that if it's possible for Sabine, freaking hell, it's possible for you too. And I will dial into the live stream if you have any questions, because we might be talking about TV show, we might be talking about books, publishing the books, and about various things and changes. If you have any questions for Sabine, of course, feel happy to ask. So Sabine, my darling, very good morning to you.
Good morning, my lovely Lenka. I can only echo the words, that you give to me. I can echo this. I really adore you and adore what you do, and you have helped me so much on my journey.
Thank you for
having me.
Thank you so much, Sabine. Well, take us from the beginning. Obviously, I know you're from Austria. You moved to England. When was it?
2001.
2001. Yes, I came in 2000, so 1 year after. So, we share a little bit of, migrant story, if you like. And I know you write about it in your brand new book, but give us just the feel for the beginnings and the beginnings of perhaps even your entrepreneurial journey, very briefly.
Okay. Yeah, so when I came to UK, I just had finished my master's degree. I did business studies back in Austria, and I thought, yeah, the world's open to me now. I'm going, to have a fantastic senior job like straight away. And then I came to London. I had literally £1,000 saved up from my student, as I was a tutor back then. And then I came here and I settled in a youth hostel. And I write that in my book, and it's quite funny. As I said, it was like 18 others of us and a couple of rats. I mean, literally it was like that. And I thought, no, I don't really want to stay here. So I just started temping any job, I took, just to make sure that I didn't have to go back to Austria. It's not that I came from a really bad family and they sort of chucked me out. So it's literally, I wanted to show the world that I could do it. I could, move somewhere else. And English was, of course, my sort of second best language that I spoke. And I always had the desire just to go for a couple of years, but those couple of years have now become like 18 years. Yes. as it goes, right? Within 6 months, and of course I did get a great job as well. In the first job as well, through a work colleague, I actually got introduced to my now husband. So things moved very, very quickly. And well, now, moving forward, we have two fantastic children, a son of 10 years and a daughter. She's going to be 8 soon as well. So it's amazing. I have been in corporate world as a management consultant, working with lots of blue chip companies, doing training, coaching for like a good part of 10, 12 years. I still do that sort of as and when comes along. And I think I might be doing even more now, because I have a feeling there is such a need for women in leadership, especially because I was in this male environment. And at this time, I felt like I didn't fit anymore. And I wanted to break out of that. And that's what I talk about in the book as well, how I kind of felt and how I then took the leap and I started my own business. And that also came about because I had the children and I wanted to work flexibly around them. I just didn't see myself going to work 9 to 5, Monday to Fridays, and only sort of get them to see when they're about to go to sleep. That was my desire. That's when I started off. So then starting my online business, there were many detours, many shiny objects along the way. We could be doing this, we could be doing that. We need a website. We need to have all this amazing branding. And I was hiding behind my laptop. I didn't go out. I didn't share my message. And I think this was a bit of a mistake. And that's why I'm telling my students now, say, don't do that. Don't be perfect. Just go and share and be yourself. And, and something that I learned from you, Lenka, and since, I've started, really, it was the first time I got in touch with my energetic side, because I was and still am a project manager by trade, where I'm following A, B, and C steps. And, I know very well how to launch a book and what needs to be done on that side, right? It was just done there. But when it comes to energetics, I wasn't in touch with my feminine power, with knowing what's going on inside me and how to actually tap into my intuition and bring in my creativity. And that's really when my journey, when I started to blossom, that's when through that actually this journey started. And that was in November 2017, or maybe October. And I know I've been in your Facebook group for much longer than that. It's just, I haven't really, come and visited or sort of watched any videos. But then all of a sudden I was like, hang on, let me see what Lenka's got to say. And I was so inspired. I then enrolled into a couple of your other smaller courses as well. And then, of course, it came up like Extraordinary Live event in London in January. And I was like, yeah, I'm right on the doorstep, I should be going. I mean, this is a no-brainer for me. And I know other women are even coming from far and beyond, right? And I thought, I just need to go. So I came, right, in January, and what an amazing event. It was just terrific. 3 days of full immersion. And for me, it was also the networking, having 100 other women there and, talking to them about what they're going through, and that, I'm not on my own, and that we all have this answer within ourselves. And, through your talks and through your exercises, one of the things I must say is, one exercise was, hey, take your phone right now and message someone that you would like to work with. You know what? That's now landed me a client that's still with me after 12 months.
Wow.
High-end client. I met with her like the week after the event.
Yes, incredible. That's really good to know. And yes, we will be taking you a little bit out of comfort zone, because we can talk about the energy and do the energetic work. It's important, but it needs to result in some powerful set of actions. And I remember the oohs and ahs and all, when we were going about doing that, those few exercises. But, it's great. So you landed a client. Fantastic. Yeah.
Well, that's not the end, Lenka. I mean, I met so many wonderful women at the event as well. And one of the ladies, which is actually your MC, Lavelda, she is just fantastic. And we stayed in touch as well. We had a call afterwards, and we motivated each other. So then she started her Facebook group because she wasn't quite sure. And now she's got like almost 1,000 women in her Facebook group. And then she told me, you should go on stage, you should be visible. And I'm like, I'm not sure. And I thought, maybe I should. So I put myself out there, and I then had an interview. I booked myself on an interview with a guy who's doing really well in America, Chris Burns' show. So thank you, Chris, if you're listening in. You were an inspiration on that side of the journey to really get myself started with my own TV show, because I thought, well, if he could do that, I could do this for women. And I think it would work really well. And I've always had the desire to connect and to interview and to find out and share, the story, because my company is actually called Reach for Greatness. And I've never really lived that and brought, shined a light into, other women's lives. So many things happened from the TV. I then founded a membership club as well, because all the TV ladies, they were like, how can we stay in touch with you? We love your energy. We like to continue to network with each other. So I founded the club, and now I'm offering also visibility packages. So I have now a magazine, so I'm featuring the ladies in the magazine as well. I do speed networking events, which are literally online networking events. So you don't need to go to a hotel and pay, expensive breakfasts or dinners or lunches. So we do that online. What else? I've got the club. And of course, I've got my high-end mastermind as well. It's called the Business Accelerator, which is also blossoming and forever growing and growing. So, and of course, my latest project, which is a collaborative, which is this book.
Oh my God. Before we go there, and I want to see the book, ladies, I wanted to realize that Sabine did all of this in one freaking year. She launched her TV show. How many ladies did you interview so far?
So I had 36 shows, started in April last year, and around 150 women on the show. And I think I did a really intensive December. We did 21 days to Christmas and to greatness, because I wanted to reach out to 100 women. I just sort of thought, I just had this crazy idea. I'm going to interview 100 women in 21 days, and I did it. Actually, ended up with 91 because some people, couldn't make it on the day, and we had over 30,000 views, over 5,000 engagements. So it's been a roller coaster, a positive roller coaster.
Oh my goodness! So you launched your TV show, you launched your membership, you launched your mastermind, now the books. Tell us about the book. So show us again.
Yeah. So the book is just launched this Monday. And within 24 hours, we already hit the Amazon #1 international bestseller.
Oh my God!
Several countries and over 30 categories.
Incredible.
So next to the book of Elon Musk in USA, which is like a blockbuster. And
oh my God!
Just behind. So it's called Rise in Pursuit of Empowerment. And I think is so topical because this week is International Women's Day, and the book has been written by women, for women, to give inspiration, to talk about their own stories. So there's 25 short stories of 25 of my clients in there that have gone through traumatic experiences, through relationship challenges, repression, losing, a relative, a friend, so many different stories from different angles, and how they've overcome, those challenges, and how they then went on to thrive, not only, in their private lives, but also in their businesses, because they actually turned the challenges into a business and now helping other women to overcome these challenges as well.
Wow, that's something incredible. Tell us a little bit about the, obviously you're a project manager. You know what needs to be done to publish a book. What is the actual experience like? I'm curious to hear as a fellow author now,
Yes.
Just a week or so.
I just wanted to show you as well. I think just to put into context the complexity of the project, it's not just me writing a book on my own. Plus, I wouldn't know how to fill a whole book on my own at this moment in time. So I thought I'd just share the 25 stories. So each of the stories starts with a quote, an inspirational quote, and we have beautiful imagery as well. And then each author has their bio there as well. So, you can see it's very, very beautiful color edition as well, and you see all these beautiful women featuring in there too. And this is only the first one, right?
Faces, how amazing is that?
It is amazing. This is only the first one because I woke up with this vision. It was a vision. I need to write a book with 100 women.
Oh my goodness.
So let me tell you how it all came about, yeah? So I woke up and I was like, right, okay, what's this thought? Where's this come from? And a couple of days later, I actually met my copywriter in one of the networking events which I was hosting. And a day later, I spoke to the publisher because it was her friend. So it's like, right, I can't ignore this project because there is the team already. So very important, you actually have a team. Don't try to do it yourself because, even though you probably write it yourself, but you do need some sort of person who can copyright, who can look at, your grammar, your consistency, someone who designs the book for you as well. my husband, luckily, is a graphic designer, so he's done a fantastic job around that. But it is a lot of work. You know, you want to, because it's a legacy, right? You want it to be beautiful inside and out. So have a team. Make sure you don't skip on the main things. You know, you don't sort of take shortcuts when it comes to doing some quality work. Also, don't pressurize yourself in terms of, you know, giving yourself too tight deadlines in terms of, well, because first I was like, I'm going to do 4 books in 1 year because I want to run a big event in June, I thought, this year. And then it just took much, much longer. So it's like, okay, don't beat yourself up for that, you know, just let it go now. And even more beautiful things come out of it because you have more time to digest, to plan, and, you know, of course, you need to do lots of marketing. The book itself, I tell you, it's not going to make you a lot of money because printing and all that shipping is so, you know, it's quite, I know, I can't say it's expensive, but, you know, you break.
Of course, there's a very little profit per book.
Yeah, it's not the reason why you would write a book. I think it's a great business card, and you need to see that as that. It could be like a freebie as well, to give away. Of course, when you go to events, you want to have a bunch of books. It really gives you credibility. You know, I mean, I've already had this week alone a couple of inquiries from, you know, big companies even asking me to come and do some speeches with them. So I now decided I'm going to do a speech about women in leadership and a book signing, right? So opportunities come your way, you know, see it in that way, that you will leave a legacy, you have this expert status, you have voice, you're going to share, you know, what's within you, and you're going to make a big impact.
Yes. Yeah. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. You know, when you're just speaking about this, could you imagine a year ago that you would have done all of this?
No way. And it all kicked off with the Extraordinary Life. That for me was the kickoff, Lenka.
Yes.
That was the trigger.
Yes, and I understand, and I'm really happy to hear that, you know. So when women say, because I do say, you know, this is, we're gonna grow your consciousness to tap into something that it's not accessible to you yet. You know, we're gonna open up, opportunities for you. I don't know what's that individually, and it's certainly not my own work. It's not to, even though I know my teachings are incredible and powerful and all of that, you know, of course I know, but it's not really me that is doing the work. It's the collective. And it gives me goosebumps, is the collective intention that we get to that room for the purpose of extraordinary growth and extraordinary impact. And of course, you know, I very carefully plan the event, the flow, the teachings, the speakers, the venue, and everything else. So I don't know how it works out for each woman individually, but I know as you come with intention for growth, you are not only gonna do it in your own way, but you're gonna be part of that growth, you know. So you know, I cannot just tell you how happy I am for you and proud of you and all the women that you impacted along the way. Have you grasped yet how much did you contribute, not only to your own growth and to your business growth, but how through you opening yourself up to it and going up, just how, you know, you help other women, other people to grow. And
it's only now that I'm grasping it, because we had the book launch and all the authors came onto a Zoom call and they were all in front of me for the very first time, because you see them on screen, you know, you read their stories, you interact with them, you say, can you change this part of the story? Can you send me your bio? Can you send me a new photo because it isn't of great quality? All that banter, all those things that are, you know, are probably a bit challenging over months, have now sort of disappeared when you see them. And the kind of comments that you get and how they're now feeling and how they're seeing the world, it's just fantastic. And of course, those are only the authors, and I know it will spread. It's like a ripple effect. So all those women that are going to read the book. And just to say on the, you know, Extraordinary Life event, I mean, it does not compare with, you know, us being on a call together like this. You must be in the room to feel the energy and to have that transformation. I think this is super, super important. And especially me, I've been a management consultant, been doing training inside, you know, the boardrooms a lot. You know, I wouldn't be able to to convey the message and get them to stand up and do the exercises the same way through an audio call or through video training. So absolutely, an event is so different, and you will, it's lasting memories,
Yes, unforgettable. I mean, it's incredible. You mentioned some challenges, and I just want to, question you on that, if you don't mind. Throughout the year, of course, we know that the change and growth that you created, is normally not quite a straight line, right? Can you share with us what were some of the greatest challenges you had to overcome on a way and grow as a person as a result of that?
Well, first and foremost, it was my self-belief and me actually stepping into my power and being visible. I was totally scared of being on a video because I thought I wasn't good enough, and why would people want to listen to me, right? Yes. That and it comes back all the time. I think we all probably get those feelings and those doubts.
Who am I to do
Oh
this?
yeah, who am I? Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't happen very often, but sometimes you do get a comment, like just now on I got a comment from someone saying, why do I have to pay for the book? I thought it was for free. You've got to work through those. Or when you're making an offer, like with my high-end mastermind, of course there are some objections, and you need to work this through. You got to believe in yourself in order to be able to convey this to your client, that you can make this transformation with them.
Yes.
And that they need to believe in themselves as well and make that investment. Yes. So I think those things are a lot for me. On the other hand, the authors said to me, it's crazy that you can actually coordinate 25 stories, and it's a massive undertaking. Maybe for some that would have been a challenge, because there were about 150 documents to be sent back to me and signed, legal things and so on. But for me, that isn't a challenge, because I'm used to that. I'm used to that kind of scale of working. But that could be a challenge for some others. And I saw how there could be a challenge. Then when it came to marketing, creating the right messages and, some strong banners and strong, what do you call it? Yeah, let's say a strong appearance on social media when it comes to the book. They said, oh, wow, they had no clue how to do that. So I gave them the banners and I gave them all the things that they needed to do. So, all of a sudden I realized, hang on, they don't know how to do these things. Whereas for me, it was like normal.
Yes. There are so many moving bits and pieces to this, and you need to really take control. So who is Sabine today in comparison to Sabine a year ago, 18 months ago?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I can't even say it in words. I mean, people say to me, now you're everywhere, and people, have this impression that I made it really big. They see me everywhere, and I have completely rebranded from an outside perspective. Inside, I'm very, very different as to how I communicate, as to how I think, about challenges. And I'm super, super creative. Honestly, it just takes like that. And it's like, oh, I got a new program. I got another idea.
That's the energetic work. You open that up,
And I stopped being perfect, because before it's like, no, I've got to have the freebie. I've got to have the funnel. I've got the email. I need to have all the program written. Now it's like, I'm just going to run the program. I'm just going to sell it first, get the people in, and then I'll teach it.
Excellent. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be. It moves so much faster. Oh my goodness, Sabine. So one piece of advice for women who are listening for greater success, and also what would you say to those women who, we have some women, they're on a fence, or they have obstacles. I don't know, Extraordinary Life is calling me. It would maybe help to open me up to something bigger, but I'm not sure. It's too tricky. It's too difficult.
I had those thoughts. I was like, oh, do I go? Yeah, and there's investment, and there's, not only, money, but also time. But I'm so glad I did it. At some point I was just like, look, I'm going to do it or I don't, it's like, right, I'm going to hop into it. And I'm so glad that I did, because now I'm thinking, where would I be if I didn't? I don't know. It's like this movie, the sliding doors. I don't know if you know that, where one lady catches the train and then the other, and the same lady doesn't catch the train. You know, what happens in parallel lives? I don't know. And I think it was definitely the right decision. You know, if you can make it, you know, you will get the investment 100 times back, which I did, more than that, right? What came out of this is just unbelievable. Yes. And I can't wait to see you all there. So it's only like 2-3 weeks, right?
I know. Not long to go now, not long to go. Sabine, you're super inspirational. Where can we get your book? So raise it up again.
Yes, I mean, of course, you can get it directly on Amazon. I also have a book bonus page, which is in the front. So I've done some master classes, of course, for the ladies. I'm running a live master class as well next week.
Yes.
So there's the link. If you
learn more
about the master classes
for us,
or you can of course go directly to Amazon in your country and search for my name or the title, and it will come up. Absolutely
fantastic. Sabine, it goes without saying, you're powerhouse, your inspiration. So please keep doing what you're doing. Looking forward to check on you again in a year time. What fabulousness came up again. You know, thank you ever so much. And again, you know, keep shining, my girl. Just keep rising.
Thank you too, gorgeous Lenka. And I know you got a super duper special thing coming up as well on your extraordinary life, your own book launch. And I can't wait to get your book, because I know what you're doing in you know, energetic marketing and sales space. It's absolutely unique. So can't wait.
Thank you. See you soon, my darling. And as always, let's go and make shizzle happen. Everyone, you need to go and check. If you, by any chance, you're under the rocks and you don't know what extraordinary life is, you go to lenkalutonska.com/event. That's where you read about it, hear about it. Join us, and we are going, all action is taking place 22nd to 24th of March, which is just coming up. All right, my gorgeous ones, take care. Bye-bye.